Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, man. Happy to be back from vacation, man. Happy to be back up here on the live. Been hitting you guys with a lot of shorts, a lot of pre-recorded videos. Obviously was not at home, didn't have my home office / studio. So being on the road and all did not really have the opportunity to present itself to go live while I was out of state, but we back now. And we are here to talk some Los Angeles Dodgers baseball, man. I'm excited. A lot of rumors going on right now. A lot of things floating around. A lot of it BS. Some of it's got some legs to it. And we're gonna touch on a lot of this tonight. So hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Good to have everyone back. Man, 100 people out the gate here on Twitter, man. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in here. Shout out to everyone on YouTube. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so yet. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so as well. So we're getting some news here now that it potentially looks like Nolan Arenado, good old friend, local boy, grew up a little outside of LA, Nolan Arenado, and we got 2017 World Series villain Carlos Correa being linked once again to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Neither one of these guys are new to being linked to the Dodgers. Neither one of them. So Arennado has been linked to the Dodgers since he was on the Rockies years ago, right? Correa started being linked to the Dodgers in 2022 when he became a free agent. And once again, last offseason, he got linked again. So very interesting to see his name continue to come up and be linked to the Dodgers. I don't believe for a second that he will ever be a Dodger. I think this is kind of some gamesmanship here. I think the Dodgers will have conversations. They would like to know his value. They would like to know what it would cost to get him because they're in play for other guys. And you also got to consider that they're also in play for guys who are free agents, not just guys that are on the trade block. So Arenado's on the trade block. Correa's on the trade block. You know, you got some other guys out there, but you got Kim from the Padres, who's a shortstop and a free agent. You got obviously Willie Adames, who's out there, and you got guys under the teams that a lot of outlets haven't even talked about yet that the Dodgers have had conversations with. And I don't believe for a second that the Dodgers are going to be going in to next season having either Mookie Betts or Tommy Edman penciled in as their everyday shortstop. I don't believe that will be the case, but we will have to wait and see on that to see how that plays out. Having said that, I will say that I think the Dodgers are lining up a bunch of different platoon, opportunities, obviously, right? Edman can play center, Edman can play short, Edman can play second, Mookie can play second, Mookie can play right, Mookie can play short in a pinch, right? So there's a lot of things that are being lined up here. I still believe that they will be re-signing Teo, and when they do re-sign Teo, there's a chance he could actually play right field. So when everyone's saying, well, who do we have in right? Teo does stand a chance to play in right. They got guys that they can put in left. Like I said, they're converting Dalton Rushing. You still have Pages out there who can play right and center. So the Dodgers are going to be moving guys all around the diamond like they typically have been in the past. So it's just basically going to come down to was who are these other guys? They've been pretty much lined up on arms the whole, postseason. That's what they've been angling for. We talked about that at length. We talked about Blake Snell for a while. Now it's become a reality. We talked about Corbin Burns. Never really thought, a 7-year over $200-something million was going to be realistic. They had talks. Corbin Burns maybe didn't have a ton of interest in the deferrals. Maybe didn't have any interest in coming off that 7 years. So the way this played out, I wanted Snell as my number one target for the Dodgers. He was my number one target in free agency for the Dodgers was Blake Snell. They got that done. I also knew that the Dodgers were number one in Blake Snell's wish list as far as where he wanted to go. They got all that worked out. Like I said, $182 million, $52 million signing bonus with deferrals. They're paying him about $13 million a year. It basically is what the cash will be. So it's gonna be lovely, man, because you basically got Blake Snell, got him with deferrals, signing bonus. I still believe we are in the driver's seat to get Roki Sasaki at a very low deal. So there's that, right? And then you're going to get Teo probably back at a 3-4 year deal-ish. I still think that if it's a 4th year, it's a team option. So there's a lot of good things that the Dodgers are lining up as they continue to add to this roster. Now, Shohei Ohtani, when he sat down with them before signing his contract, he was the one that brought it to the Dodgers about the deferrals. He was the one that spoke on that. He was the one that was willing to sacrifice all that money so they could be in play for guys every single offseason. Shohei was like, look, I spent 7 years with the Angels. We won nothing. All right, I want to play for something every single year that I'm playing in Major League Baseball. He put his money where his mouth was. He got the biggest contract in MLB history, but he also deferred the most in MLB history, and it's allowing the Dodgers to get out there and do work. and that's exactly what they're doing. That Blake Snell signing is huge. Getting a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, one in each league, a lefty, which this team desperately needs, and a guy who can get guys out and strike guys out in the playoffs, and that's exactly what they got. This was just a perfect match. It's good to see when a team has a player at the top of their whiteboard and a player has a team at the top of their whiteboard, and they're able to make it work. Finances didn't get in the way. They lined it up, and it got done. So now let's talk about these other guys that we got here. We got Arennado, and we got Correa here, right? So Carlos Correa, I think like for a lot of different reasons, the Dodgers are just checking in to see what his price is, what it will cost, what that market share looks like. They're in talks with Willy Adames. They are talking to the Cardinals about Arennado. That's nothing new. That's annual. That is annual. It's interesting with Arennado because he's got deferrals already. St. Louis will probably even eat more of that money. He's actually a year younger than Max Muncy. There's potential for that. I don't think there's potential at all for Correa. I think Correa is just the Dodgers, taking part in conversations, seeing what guys are worth, seeing what teams value in their organization, and seeing what they can do there. There's reports saying that Minnesota's looking to dump salary in a Correa dump. I could see that happening. I just don't see Correa ever wearing a Dodger jersey. I just don't think the fans can get past it. Like I just don't. Look, this is a fan base who refuses to even entertain the notion of Juan Soto. Like they do not want him. They don't want Soto. They don't want Adames. They want Teo, and that is basically it. Teo, Roki, and one of these pitchers that we got. But they have just been pretty much dead set against Soto, and they've been pretty much dead set against Adames, and they're dead set against these two guys on my screen with Arennado and Correa. So I ask you guys, who do you want playing shortstop? Now, I know Arenado's not going to be a shortstop. He said that he's willing to play first, but we got Freddie Freeman there for at least 3 more years, right? He's pretty much going to have to play third. Then where do you put Max Muncy? Can't really put Max at second because that's where Mookie said he wants to play. What are you going to do? Move Mookie back to right after you told everyone you're moving him to second. It's clearly where he wants to play now. So for me, the Arennado thing, as far as it keeps coming up, I think he could turn his game around here. You put him in that lineup with this greatness that we have in our lineup, and you can't tell me that this guy can't get rejuvenated and find his way, get in that Dodger hit tank, get with those hitting coaches, get in this organization and see what he can become. I definitely think we would get more of the 2022 Arennado than we did of the 2024. But I don't know if he'll ever be who he was. But that glove is still nasty. That glove is still elite. That glove is still top tier. Now, Max has turned himself into something over there at that hot corner. There's no debate about that. But he's not Arennado by any stretch of your imagination there when it comes to the glove. Arennado is a much, much better defender. But Max Muncy, he kind of fits what this team is. He's part of the fabric. He's part of the culture. He's part of that whole dynamic that, that leadership in that clubhouse. And I don't know if you rock the boat on that. Now, you're thinking about adding talent, and it comes down to if you think that Arennado is better than Muncy and don't hear any issues about him being a clubhouse guy, and you think that you can still bring that level of clubhouse value plus defense, and if you think you can wake up that bat, then that's something you have to actually consider if you're the Dodgers. Now, I don't know if they do it. I don't know how far along the line they are. I don't know how strongly they're considering it. For me, it comes down to one simple thing. The Dodgers are in negotiations for Willy Adames, and then you start to hear talks after weeks of really nothing about him, about how he's going to get paid and how that market is building up. Then coincidentally, shortly after you start getting reports of that, then you start hearing reports of the Dodgers linked to other shortstops. So to me, that's just old hat where it comes down to teams and agents and players and organizations, like I said, just kind of leveraging the media to get their message out there. I'm sure Willy Adames and his camp want the Dodgers think that there's 4 or 5 teams interested in him offering big money. So the Dodgers, their way of countering that is to go out there and say, hey, look, we like you, but up to a certain extent. If you don't want to come to the money that we're offering or the deferrals or the way we do things here, we can go make a trade for Correa or Arennado right now. We can do that. And then now that's floated out there. So now it's not only the Dodgers probably telling them, but now it's out there publicly. So this is all just how it goes. We got the winter meetings coming in next week, and that's where things will get very, very interesting. Still waiting on the Soto situation, the rumors of him being linked to Boston, still the 2 New York teams and the Dodgers, the Phillies. Who knows as far as who has the highest offer right now. We're hearing things all over the place. Boston, at the end of last week, you were hearing them left and right. And that kind of started to make me think that maybe that's being a little overblown because it was just being spun way too much. Like I said, it's Toronto last year, right? Is that Boston this year? Is that jet going to Boston with Soto on it, right? Like the Ohtani and Toronto situation. That seems more that than him actually going there to me. Now, can he go there? Sure. Soto could absolutely end up at Boston. If Boston comes out, offers the most money, and that's what Soto and his agent Scott Boras want, then he'll go to Boston. If one of the New York teams top it or any other team tops it, look, I don't think the Dodgers are going to go in and be a top bidder for Soto. If these other teams play games and they don't get to a number that he wants, and they're like 50 to 100, 150 million less than what he wants, and in his mind, he's like, look, I'm going to opt out in 4 years anyways. I'm going to go take the deal from the Dodgers and get high AAV. Look, I'm not saying this is happening. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is the Dodgers are kind of sitting back and waiting for something to go wrong in the Juan Soto sweepstakes, kind of like they did with Freddie Freeman. Just sat back and waited for Atlanta to mess that up, which they did, and they ended up with him. So the Dodgers are kind of going along that path, just like they waited on all those other guys, let all those other guys go because they were waiting for that situation in Boston with Mookie to get a little murky. They did. They waited that out, and they got him. So the Dodgers kind of have a blueprint for success here. Now, I don't think that all 3 or 4, whatever those teams are going to botch it so bad to where Soto is going to be like, look, I'm just going to go take less from LA, forget y'all. I still think he's going to fight for that top dollar. But if these rumor reports out there that it's in the 600 million and he's only getting offers like 525, 550, then at that point, he may be like, look, I'm going to go to the Dodgers on I'll sign a long-term deal there, but it's going to be a 4-year deal, and I'll get opt-outs after the 2nd and 4th year, and I'll just go back into free agency and I'll get my money again, but I'll get a couple more championships in the process. So that's what he's probably leveraging against these other teams, and that's why the Dodgers name, continues to be linked to Juan Soto. But that, to me, that's pretty much all it is. From that standpoint, it's just kind of the gamesmanship, the back and forth, and I think that's what they're hoping for. If you're Juan Soto, is that someone falls for it, right? And they overpay because they're so scared that he's going to end up a Dodger. So someone overpays basically because of that. Now, if you're the Dodgers, you're like, all right, this is great for us too, because we're sitting back. We're in talks with Teo. From everything that I've been able to get intel on or any information on, there is a ton of belief everywhere that he's coming back on a 3-4 year deal. I haven't really talked to a single person who thinks that Teo walks. So that means that pretty much everyone does not think that Soto is going to be a Dodger. But like I've told you guys multiple times, they're waiting out to see what Soto gets, because that affects the entire market league wide, right? That if Soto's deal goes skyrocket, then that kind of brings the value up for some of these sluggers. If Soto's deal is nowhere near where that rumor is, then that lowers kind of the price on some of these sluggers. So I also told you that the pitchers probably weren't going to wait around, because whoever got Soto was still probably going to be in the market for pitching. So at the end of the day, like, these guys were sitting around like, look, Dodgers went out, got Snell off top. Burns is sitting back waiting. A lot of these guys are sitting back waiting. And Adames, is one of those guys as well. But I'm going into this thinking like, look, last year I was like, look, if the Dodgers can get Ohtani, Yamamoto, Teoscar Hernandez, and who's the other person? I literally said like 4 of them. Like, they're like, this is how I see this going. If they go out there and kind of do that again, not the Soto thing, but if they bring back Teo, they already got Snell, then they get Roki and they add Adames, that is major. Of all those guys, only one was a re-sign. You add a Blake Snell to your team, you would add a Roki Sasaki to your team, and you would add a Willy Adames to your team while retaining Teoscar Hernandez and signing him long-term, multi-year deal, really. So at the end of the day, if you walk in and say you're adding those players while retaining Teo, I mean, come on. Come on. That is insanity. Like that's insane. That is exactly what you want your team to be doing out here after they won a World Series. Is get out there, compete, and continue to build this team out, continue to build this roster out to levels that can repeat multiple times over and continue to win championships and go after, a repeat and a three-peat, man. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, man, here on a Monday night. I am Empire Jeff. This is Empire Jeff TV. Whole lot of people over on Twitter right now. I greatly appreciate you guys. Make sure to like the post over there on Twitter X. Repost it. Tell a friend to tell a friend that it's Jeff again. And shout out to everyone over on YouTube. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, man. DJ, what's going on, DJ? Salute to you, brother. Hope you are doing well. If you are working tonight, make sure you drive safe. Make sure to go subscribe to DJ and Lakers in 5. Great content. Great guy over there. Great channel. Always got a lot going on, man. They're working tonight. Got a lot of work done over there. I was tuning into them. Make sure to go subscribe to DJ, man. He does great work over there. Appreciate you, brother. Eric, what's going on, bro? Hoping for better news. So we should be starting to get some news soon. I think we'll start getting news on the Dodgers and some of these guys in the next 7 to 10 days. Winter meetings next week. Some guys might kind of lock up some deals before heading into their button things up. Some of the bigger guys, maybe Soto lasts until the winter meetings. But we'll wait and see. Snell obviously did not. So that deal got done. And I believe he completed his physical today, and he gets announced tomorrow. So that's going to be fun to be able to cover that, and hear the quote. Snell's an interesting guy, and I can't wait for Dodger fans to kind of get a look at him from a non-opponent side and having him inside our team and inside our clubhouse and seeing, what he can bring to a team entertaining wise. So things are going to start happening. I think Soto comes down in the next week or so. Teoscar shortly after that. And then, I think the floodgates kind of open. And again, I think Willy Adames is still very much in play for this Dodger team. I also feel that Roki Sasaki is still very much in play for this Dodger team. And the rich get richer and the rich get richer. And if I'm like the Dodgers and you get to sign an Adames as opposed to trading for an Arenado or a Correa, then you can keep your assets as well and save that, for a trade deadline deal there. I haven't heard too much, about the Blake Trinans, the Joe Kellys, guys in our pen. I haven't heard it really much anything like that. I think the Trinan will be back. That's just a gut feeling. Like I said, he basically made 2 years pay off the Dodgers while he was out hurt. I think at the end of the day that he's going to benefit. He's going to appreciate that and kind of, I don't want to say pay the team back, but I think it's going to put him in position to where he wants to stay here because of that. Joe Kelly, he's often hurt. If he's kind of like a lower end deal and comes in back into the bullpen guy at low cost veteran, I can see that maybe happening. But, depending on who Gavin Lux may or may not get moved for, if Gavin Lux gets traded and he gets sent out of here, does he go to Milwaukee for a closer and a reliever? What does that do? I still think the Dodgers are going to look to add an additional piece to this pen. And when they do that, what does that do to some of those other guys? But you got Kopech, you're going to have Gratterwall out for half the season. You got Vesia. You still got guys there. You got, like I said, I think you bring back Trinan, and I think there's some guys out there that they will go after to have just a hands down closer on the team. I think that's going to be a strong possibility there, man. Miguel, what's going on, Miguel? Appreciate you, man. He said, what does this mean for James Outman? I feel like he's where Michael Busch was last year, odd man out. Yeah, at least he got a chance to play. At least he got some innings up in the big leagues, right? He was given a chance. Michael Busch never really got a chance. I think Outman was almost traded last offseason. That came closer than a lot of people think. But Outman very well might be out of here. And so Outman, Gavin Lux, some of these other guys, very well. I think they really want to hold on to Pages. I think they really want to see what he can become if he's given, if his role were to increase a little bit. So I think they're very intrigued with him and seeing what he can do there. But at the end of the day, Outman very well could be the odd man out here. We're going to have to wait and see on that. Daniel Barry, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. As always, he said, why not? Why not? But I want Teoscar re-signed. Teoscar is going to be re-signed, man. Look, I can't sit here and predict the future. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just really strongly believe that he is going to be re-signed. And everyone that I've talked to believes the same thing. Could he sign somewhere else? Of course. He's a free agent. Anytime you're a free agent, you have the right to go where you want. But this is where he wants to be. The Dodgers do want him back. Money seems like it's not going to really be an issue. It's just waiting out this market. And I would be pretty shocked if Teo's not back on the Dodgers next year. I really would. I think it's pretty much a matter of when, not if. I think he, just like the Dodgers are doing their due diligence of talking to people, I think that his team is talking to other teams doing what they should be doing. At the end of the day, I think the parties come together, and I think Teo returns 3-4 year deal is what I think. So I think that is coming, and the Dodger fans are going to have their own little parade for that when Teo comes back because they love Teoscar Hernandez. I love Teo too. Absolutely do. But I also understand why the Dodgers had to entertain the Soto thing. I've talked to you guys about this at length before. When the marquee free agent wants to sit down with you, you got to have that meeting. You absolutely have to have that meeting. The Dodgers did. And now we're just waiting out that whole situation there. I feel like soon as Soto signs somewhere else, Teo's re-signed immediately. It's kind of going to be like what that next domino is, right? As soon as Soto signs, I think Teo, a couple other guys come off the board rather quickly. I believe so too. Big Baby, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you. Make sure to subscribe to Big Baby Sports. He was over there covering the Lakers earlier. Had a little rant going. Go check it out. Lakers are a hot mess right now, but shout out to everyone who's covering that dumpster fire over there right now. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, Big Baby. Search and Destroy. What's going on, my guy, man? He will search and he will destroy you. The mod of mods, mod father, the best in the game. Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. Please like, subscribe, share, and dunk on the notifications. I got YouTube mad at me again, man. When you take breaks, they get upset with you. They don't send notifications to people. You gotta spend a good 7 to 10 days making up to them and getting back on their good graces. But I was on vacation, man. Cut me some slack. But like I said, I was putting up shorts every day. I was doing pre-recorded videos. I was still tapping in with y'all. Just was not able to get out there and do a live where I was at. Just opportunity never really presented itself. But we back now. We got plenty of shows to get caught up on, man. Absolutely, yes. So what I want you guys to do is, if you guys have not done so already, make sure to tap our Fanatics link. If you're buying someone, any sports attire for Christmas, for the holidays, for anything, please make sure to use our link for any of your NBA, MLB, NFL gear, and more. The good people at Fanatics have partnered with the show. So anytime you order through them using our link, they take care of us because you ordered through us. And you're entitled to some special discounts. And like I said, it's a great way to help support the channel. They're a great partner of ours. When the Dodgers won the World Series and throughout this whole Christmas shopping season, man, there's been a ton of orders. I thank you guys. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. So go ahead and use our link and go ahead and get your Fanatics gear, courtesy of Empire Jeff TV and the link to our partnership. You can also become a member to the channel here for less than the cost of lunch. You can become a member for an entire month. We have 3 different levels of membership. You can tap the join button, or it's the first link in the description on how to become a member to the channel. You can also tap that Cash App $ Empire Jeff to support the channel as well. But let's see. What's going on, Michael? He said re-sign Teoscar, Kike, Trinan, and Buehler. So I think Teo, Kike, and Trinan are very, very realistic and probably probable, if I had to guess. Buehler, I don't know what his market is yet. The Dodgers passed on that 20 whatever million qualifying offer. So they, interesting report that I heard come out earlier when they said that the Dodgers had basically said that they didn't kind of want to box him in. They don't want to force him in on a 1-year, $20 million. They wanted him to see what his market was, kind of get for himself. And the Dodgers would decide if they wanted to match that or not, right? So the Dodgers could have kept him for $20 million and just had a 1-year make good and see what it was. They could have done that. Now, maybe the Dodgers don't want to pay him $20 million, or maybe they really do want to see what he's worth out there and kind of take care of him. So if he goes out and he gets a 2-year, $50 million offer, and he comes back to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers like, look, we'll give you what we were going to give you, but we'll give it to you for the 2 years. So we'll give you the 40 million, 40, 45 million. We're not going to go 50. And you got to defer. You got to defer, right? And I think the Dodgers will take that approach, and there's a chance Walker, takes that. But again, like I said, you got Snell, you got Yamamoto, right? You got Ohtani coming back. You got Glass now coming back. If you sign Buehler, that's 5. You get Roki Sasaki, that's 6. You got Dustin May, you got Catman, you got Kershaw, but then you got all these guys, right? But guys are going to be hurt. They're going to be a 6-man rotation. I think they're going to give guys breaks during the season. So I think the Dodgers will be comfortable going into this season with 7 starting pitchers, knowing that they are not going to be playing all those starting pitchers, throughout the season. Kershaw's going to be out a while. They're now saying Ohtani, they're going to give him a little bit more rest to start next season. You got Glass now coming back from an injury. You've got all kinds of things happening here to where the Dodgers, I can see going with the 7-man rotation overall. And then when things kind of buckle down, you get into the playoffs, and it just strengthens your bullpen, your long relief guys. And I'm telling you guys, piggyback games have potential here. It's kind of set up a bullpen game where you go with a bunch of bullpen relievers. In a piggyback game, you have 2 starters. A guy comes in for 3.5, 4 innings. The other guy comes in for 3.5, 4 innings, and you got a set up closer situation. I can see the Dodgers going to that. I can tell you, I went to some minor league baseball games in 2023 for the Dodgers, and they were employing that strategy. So they don't do that unless they're thinking of experimenting with that at the big league level. So the fact that they were doing that leads me to believe that the Dodgers at least are thinking about that down the road. So we will see, and what happens there. Search says, I got you, Jeff. You know that? Absolutely, man. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, brother Search, man. Always appreciate you. Always. What's going on, Aaron? Appreciate you for tuning in as always, man. Hope you're doing well. Ozzy, what's going on, Ozzy? Wouldn't Buehler be like the 5th or 6th option in the rotation? And what if they got Crochet and Sasaki? So yeah, so I just touched on that. I got your comment a little after I talked about that. I think it comes down to like Crochet or Buehler, or one of those. I think Roki's coming. I think Roki is coming. I still think that I'm going to believe that until he goes somewhere else. Until he commits to another team, I'm going to believe that Roki Sasaki will be a Dodger. That's just me. Now, if he goes somewhere else, and again, the Dodgers do have options, but I believe the Dodgers will kind of have a good idea of that prior to him posting, so that they can do their business elsewhere. So if you all of a sudden see them sign Buehler and then trade for Crochet and do something else, then it's like, okay, maybe they're not confident they're getting Roki. But I think they're confident they're getting him. I'm not buying or paying attention to any of the media, any of the stories, any of the posts about that when it comes to Roki. My thing about Roki is just the imprint and the footprint that the Dodgers are putting over in Japan, specifically with him. They've been going over there every year, multiple times a year, checking in with him, watching him, scouting him, covering him way before anyone else. They put by far the most time in there. They've earned Roki Sasaki. Now, does Roki look at this and be like, look, there's a lot of guys over there. How do I stand out here? Or does he look at it like, look, I'm going to go there. I'm going to win multiple rings. And then when some of these guys start to fall off and go away, retire as multiple time champions, and it's my turn to get actually paid, then I'll have a 10-year run of me and Yamamoto, right? Probably what he's looking at. And I think that's the wise decision there. Go in there, win early, and then build your market up and go get paid. But now you can go out there and have a chance to win. You can play with Yamamoto. You can play with Ohtani. And they're probably going to get more Japanese players. So that third baseman over there that's going to come out, after in 2026. So that, at third base, right around the time when Muncie's pretty much done. You're going to see probably like 4 or 5 or 6 Japanese guys on this team because of Ohtani. So I still think, I go back to when everyone was saying that Yamamoto, that the Giants and the Yankees were favorites for him. Then it came down to the Giants were out, and it came down to Yankees and Dodgers. Then it was the Yankees were the favorites. And for those who were watching the show last winter, around this time last year, I was telling y'all, Yankees are getting scared. They're losing him. Yankees are getting nervous. They're losing him. He's coming to LA. And I think that, people got to get out there and create talking points. Now, could Roki go to another team? Again, absolutely. He can pick where he wants to go. He said nothing himself. Most people are going off reports. I'm basically going off of, like I said, the work that the Dodgers have put in specifically on Roki Sasaki. And I think because of that is why they're going to get him. Now, if they don't, they made a hell of an effort. And then it's on to the next one. But I think if you see Buehler and a move for like Crochet or Buehler and another starter other than Kershaw, then I think you're going to have to start thinking about maybe Roki's not coming. But I think he is. And as a result of that, if you can sign him. So here's the thing. You sign Snell. You re-sign Teo. You sign Sasaki, right? You re-sign Buehler. And then you sign, I just missed one right here. Like Adames. There we go. You sign Adames. All these guys were signed. Now you still have your prospects to move if you need something else. You can still do some things. Injuries, something's not working out. You still have that. And that's what I think the Dodgers have always kind of looked at. I think you want to save your prospects for around trade deadline time. You got the money, go spend it, go get your guys. And like I said, they already got Snell. I believe they're getting Roki. I believe they're getting Teo. Walker Buehler, we're going to have to wait and see on that. And Willie Adames, we'll have to wait and see on that. I'm not sitting up here saying we got Willie Adames. I'm not there yet. But I do believe that the Dodgers are looking at an upgrade at short. I do absolutely believe that. And now we'll have to wait and see, as a result of that, what comes of that. Let's see. Aaron says, I don't care where Buehler is in the rotation during the season. If he returns, do all you can to make sure he makes it to October healthy. Yeah, so Buehler and Kike are like our October babies, right? They're like our October guys. That what Kike say, I like Halloween. Like there are guys that just show up and show out in those moments. And when October hits, they just become different animals. And yeah, exactly for that reason. Yamamoto had a little bit of an in game one against the Padres outside of that dominant. Buehler, did not start off the playoffs great, but his last two, and then his bullpen session when he came out and closed out the World Series, is that enough? Is that enough for other teams to really consider giving him a multi-year deal? I don't know. I think some teams still want to see what he can do. I think they still want to see, can you do this throughout the season? So maybe they'll offer a second year, a third year team option, right? I don't think a team comes in and offers like that Cody Bellinger deal, 3 years, $25-30 million player option each year to the player. I don't think that happens. I think if Walker gets a third year, it's at a team option. So at that point, if the Dodgers are willing to go 2 years, then they got a chance at keeping him. And I think, they're interested in it. I think they're willing. Now we'll just have to wait and see if the will becomes the way, right? We'll just have to wait and see on that. Aaron says, not putting much into the Correa and Arennado stuff. I don't think either comes to LA. I would say that I don't think for a second that Correa comes to LA. Arennado, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm for it. I'm saying I could see it more than I can see Correa. I could see that. But me seeing a pathway does not necessarily mean I see it happening. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Aji says, are Padres any threat to take Sasaki? I think they're the second option to get him if he doesn't go to the Dodgers. I think it's there. So a threat, I guess you can call him a threat. I just believe the Dodgers are getting him. I just believe they are. And, you look at, if you're Roki Sasaki, if you're any of these guys, you see they just lost their catcher today, right? They're going to be losing guys. They're going to be cutting payroll. They're probably going to have to trade off guys. They're probably not going to sign a rise to a long-term deal. They may have to move him because of that. They're going to lose Tanner Scott. They're probably going to lose Michael King next year. This team has financial problems. They don't have a TV deal. So if you're Sasaki, and then you got a lot of these back-end contracts that are going to be bad and not age well. The Manny Machado, the Yu Darvishes. You got all these guys on your team that are not going to serve you well down the line, especially if you're someone like a Roki Sasaki and has to be with this team for 4, 5, 6 years, arbitration and all that. And then by that time, what are you playing for? So that's what I'm saying. Like the Padres, when you look at what the Padres were last year, that might have been their chance. That might have been their window. After that, they start losing guys. AJ Preller is very aggressive. He will trade all of their prospects to go get more guys. But it's going to be turnover every year. There's not going to be a lot of stability there because of their financial hardships. So as a result of that, the Dodgers should be able to take advantage of that. Sports Baby. What's going on, Sports Baby? They might offer LeBron $50 million for next year. Oh, God. Please don't. Padres lost their catcher to Texas, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, they lost him today. And he didn't go for a crazy deal. And I think he went on backup money. So it is, they didn't even keep him. And that's a piece that they got in the Soto trade. So they lost him already. They're probably going to lose Michael King next offseason. So the pieces that you got for Soto that helped you get where you got this year, you're probably losing both of them, right? They can't keep anybody because of the money issues that they got. Does Gavin Lux have a spot on the team next year? He has a spot. I don't know what that spot is. But he could also have a spot on another team. So I don't know yet. We have to wait and see who the Dodgers get to play shortstop. If the Dodgers don't make any major moves to get a shortstop, you got Edman, you got Rojas, and you got Lux technically that can play there. Unless the Dodgers feel they've seen something that leads them to believe that Lux can play there. I don't think so. I don't love Mookie there. Rojas, to me, should not be a guy they're playing every day. So if it's Rojas and Edman and you're splitting that up, I'd rather have Adames. Give me an everyday shortstop, right? A guy that can hit with some power, can beat a glove and be a good clubhouse guy. Ohtani pitching going to be great to see. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I can't wait for that. I absolutely can't wait for that. Let's see. If you're looking for a wallet, the Code118 wallet is awesome. Been using it for a month. Love it. Appreciate it. Let me throw that link up here on the screen as well. So I think there's my wallet. So the Code118 wallet, y'all, for those who've been like, this wallet right here, it's incredible, y'all. So with my promo code, you get additional money off. And it's a wallet you can add. It's got modulars to it, right? So it's got the regular wallet. If you look at this little trigger mechanism, you just put all the cards in there. Great thing. I got a little bit of expansion pack here. Got the GPS tracker, all that RFID protection, so no one can scan your credit cards in there. But it's got literally a trigger on it. You can see that there. It's literally a trigger. Load your cards up, and you can add a bunch of different modules to it. Customize it to your heart's desires, multiple different colors. And like I said, we got a link here that also gives you a percentage off. and they're great guys, great company. They're a friend of the show. They listen to the show. They're really good partners of mine. A lot of people have ordered wallets already. Appreciate you, Serge. You're one of them that has ordered. I've ordered some of these for Christmas presents as well for people. Great wallet, great product, great company to do business with and partner with the show. So definitely, if you're looking to get a new wallet for yourself or someone for the holidays, tap that link, go on over and get someone one of those Code 118 wallets. They're incredible, y'all. Trust me. Thank me later. And you can get tons of attachments for it. Yeah, tons of different mods for it. Just you can stack a bunch of different things. Like I got the GPS tracker. So I don't know. Where's my wallet at? And go right to the app in the phone and find it. Incredible product, man. Yeah, those Bogarts and Machado contracts are looking good. Too good now. Yeah, they're not going to that Darvish contract. I know Darvish was incredible this postseason, but that contract is not going to be great. They've got a lot of bad contracts on that team. And look, I respect and commend what the Padres have done. I'm not bashing them. That was the World Series. They were incredible last year. But we can't act like we don't know the elephant in the room is their financial situation. They're kind of like on the opposite spectrum of the Dodgers. The Dodgers are sitting here with a team that's got a $250 billion asset under management. $5.8 billion of that, I think, is allocated to the Dodgers, right? So the Guggenheim Group is a financial firm. They manage basically a bank, right, of money, $250 billion under management for them. And that group, that asset, bought the Dodgers. So when they take that deferral money for Ohtani, they put that aside in accounts every year and gain percentages on it and gain interest. They're going to be paying Ohtani with their own interest. It's insanity. It's crazy for all the financial people in the building. You know what I'm talking about. What's up, Lucky? Lucky got his Christmas sweater on over here. You see him back there? But it's just so exciting what's coming. So I'm a numbers guy. I'm a financial guy. So just kind of knowing some of the things I know, it's so exciting what's going to be coming for this Dodger team, man. So exciting, man. Any updates on Trinan? So no, I spoke on that. Trinan, I haven't really heard anything, which leads me to believe he's just kind of laying low, waiting till his turn. Yo, shout out to 500 people on Twitter right now in the building, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. People have been DMing me, messaging me. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? So appreciate y'all. I told y'all I'll be back this week. Pay attention. Pop up when we do it. And y'all did. Man, shout out to y'all. I've created a pretty good little baseball community, I guess you could say, over on Twitter X, man. I get a ton of DMs on Twitter, ton of messages on the TikTok, ton on the IG. I don't got my TikTok up here, but it's the same thing. Empire Jeff TV on TikTok, Empire Jeff TV on Instagram, Empire Jeff _ on Twitter X, and obviously here Empire Jeff TV on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet on YouTube. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. And for all of y'all over there on Twitter, man, who are repping heavy, do me a favor and drop a like on the post and repost the post. We would greatly appreciate you. 1 second here. There we go. Yeah, Lucky's about to eat the cables, right? He came up here. He got something. I hear him chewing on something. I don't know what he got. When do you see Soto signing? I feel like free agency takes forever. So we're Ozzy, we're reaching the point right now, which was the time of the year when Ohtani signed last year, right? So this is kind of coming in, to the time. I've seen guys sign as, close to Christmas. Some guys went after that. Bryce Harper went a while, a long time into the offseason because the money just wasn't, there. So I guess it comes down to, and it depends on where the money's at right now. Where is the offer at? And is that offer anywhere near where Boris and Soto think it should be? And or are they just being greedy and waiting for more? Like, I don't know. Do they have visions in their mind that they can get Ohtani money? Because that's insane. Look, if any team that offers Soto anything above $600 million, God bless y'all, man. God bless y'all, man. That is doing too much for him. I like Juan Soto. If he ended up a Dodger, I would not be upset. But there's a lot of Dodger fans who do not like him. I think it's because he played for the Padres. He played for the Yankees. He beat us in 2019, right? There's a lot of things about Juan Soto that Dodger fans do not like. But I'm removed emotionally from that standpoint of it. I'm talking about the player. He's a very, very, very good offensive player. But anything north of $600 million, I'm even hesitant of anything north of $550. Anyone who pays that man any more than $600 million, God bless your franchise, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. And I think it comes to a point where teams are like involved in it. And then he keeps coming back because he wants more money. So as long as you keep upping the ante, he's going to keep coming back to you. Then if you stop, then he's going to keep going to the guys that do and then make a decision from there, right? So the Bostons, the both New York teams, LA, Philly, I don't really think there's anyone else involved. I know Toronto's got a ton of money. I just can't see him going there. So if you're Soto, it all is about and depends on where is that money and where is that offer right now. That's what it's really coming down to. And if Soto gets anywhere near his number, he may just be like, all right, calls around. Last chance, make your best offer. Teams make their best offers. He decides. Now, is he going to do what I think he's going to do and go to the highest bidder? That's the case. Who is that? I can see multiple teams getting desperate. You look at Boston. Boston traded away Mookie Betts. He's won 2 World Series since. They traded away Chris Sale. He won a Cy Young Award this year. Like, that Boston fan base and that organization kind of has to be involved here. They kind of have to be talked about. They have to be mentioned. At the same time, even if they don't get him, at the very least, to drive up the cost on the Yankees. So them being involved kind of just screams to me leverage. It screams to me Toronto from last year. Doesn't mean that they cannot sign him, because they can. Soto was not Ohtani. Soto was not, Ohtani wasn't like, I'm only going to the highest bidder and that is it. Because there were reports that other teams offered similar money or more. Soto, the whole narrative thing has been he's going to go to the highest bidder. That's been it. That we'll hear when he signs, oh, he could have got more money elsewhere. That will come out. That will be said. I don't believe it will be true. So Soto's waiting out until guys give their best offers. And then, you know, him and his agent, that's exactly what they should be doing. But like I said, we're barely getting to the point of this time last year where Ohtani signed. So this isn't necessarily abnormal, man. Aaron said, glad you're back. I have a great feeling about December for Dodger signing. Hey, Aaron, I'm happy I'm back too. Great to be back. I had a great time out in the Midwest, man. It was cold though. Look, let me tell you, I left when I flew back, it was 23 degrees and I drove through a blizzard. Snow everywhere. It was driving me nuts. Craziness. Flight delayed, like hot mess. Well, freezing out there, a hot mess, right? I fly out of where it's 23 degrees and I fly into Burbank and it's 78 degrees. I gained 2 hours and 55 degrees in travel. I went from 23 degrees to 78 degrees, man. It was, I got off that plane in a hoodie and a beanie. And people look at me in LA like, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, I just flew in, man. Relax. Like, it was freezing. If any of y'all saw my videos on my IG or anywhere, I was frozen, man. It was cold out there. But it's where I got family, man. It's where my grandma is, so I had to pull up, right? Had a great time. Great time with family. Hope you guys did too. Had such a great time. I can't keep talking about it. But I couldn't do any lives while out there. So that's why I was giving you guys the one a day, pre-recorded, and the shorts. But appreciate you, Aaron, as always, man. But it was I should search 24 foggy in Idaho. What are you doing, bro? It was so funny. Man, it was yeah, they were like, what are you doing? I was like, bro, it's 23 degrees where I was. I literally drove through a blizzard to get to the Kansas City airport. They said it was gonna be an inch of snow. That was way off. They can't count. It was way off. Oh my God, that was disastrous. And then, like I said, the flight getting delayed, it was craziness. Absolute craziness. But got back safe. That's the most important thing. Had a great time, man. Had a great time. But I agree. I do feel like we're going to see some signings coming in the coming days. I do believe that to be true as well. Now it's just a matter of who and when and where, right? Is what it's really going to come down to. Where do these guys sign and when? Wow, glad you made it back safely from the blizzard. Yeah, man, it was, you know, it didn't snow the entire time I was there until the morning I left. And I got up at my flight. So I got up at 5 a.m. Kansas City time. That's 3 a.m. LA time. All right. I did not sleep basically the night before. Did not sleep. So I get home, toss and turn, when I woke up, packed. Got to get up early. Woke up at 5 a.m. Kansas City time. Flight gets delayed. All these things had traffic because not traffic, but just had to drive really. We couldn't even see the lanes on a freeway. So we're like trying to figure out, man. GPS saying to get out, switch freeways. You're going on the kind of the incline or the ramp down, and like you're sliding. You're like you're seeing cars turned over on each side of the road. You can't really pull off to the side because you're just a sitting duck. Someone can just hit you. It was wild. It was wild, right? So then I get back, after the delay and all this, to get back to LA. It's about 3 p.m. So I woke up about 3 a.m. LA time, get back to Burbank at 3 p.m. It's like a 12-hour fiasco because of weather. But I made it back. I had no complaints when it comes to that. I made it back. But it was fun, man. It was really, really fun. Great being around family. But it was a very, very, very nervous trip to that airport, for sure. For sure. What's going on, bro? It says, salute, Jeff. I'd be as obnoxious as possible if my ownership tried to field the best team they can every offseason, fully expecting to be an irritant to whenever Cohen decides to go all out. Yeah, no, for real. So that's another thing. I was wearing like my World Series gear all over the Midwest, and people were like, enough already. I'm like, nah, man. Nah, it is not enough. It will not be enough. I just got this one here too. This is a World Series patch hat too, right here. I've been wearing nonstop championship gear, right? And like, we get it. Like, nah, man, you try to tell us 2020 didn't count. You called it a Mickey Mouse ring. You said we tried to buy a champion. You guys did all that talking until we won it. So nah, hold this L. We're going to be celebrating all off season, and I'm going to be talking dynasty all next season. Get used to it. Where Chris at, man? Chris, we're going to have Chris make the dynasty shirts. Man, it's about to be incredible, man. It's about to be incredible. It's going to be nonstop, man. Absolute nonstop. But damn it, it's been a while here. I know, obviously I recognize your name, but I call you something else. Was it? Man, been about 10 days since I've been on. Refresh me what your real name is, man. My apologies, man. There's so many people with like nicknames on YouTube, man. I got kind of thrown off here for a sec, but I know it's not this. I know your name. It's just not coming to my mind right now. So appreciate you, man. Absolutely. Tap that Fanatics link to get any of your championship gear for yourself or someone else for the holidays. Telling you, man, get some special discounts, help support the show. Great thing, man. Sinblade says, the hell is this ish? Korea? What the heck is this? Fake grass? Relax, turf boy. Turf talk with Joe Soro. Let's see. Oh, man. Maybe we can trade for the midget Altuve while we're at it. Nah. So, I mean, I don't know how long you've been watching the show, but I've been basically shutting down the Korea thing. It's not going to happen. Arennado, I can potentially see. I don't think it will happen, though. But that's way more believable than trading for Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa, like I said, was linked to the Dodgers in 2022 when he was a free agent. He was linked last offseason when Minnesota was thinking about trading him again. And now here we are again. So, like I said, the Dodgers are in the market for a shortstop, Willy Adames, amongst others. So the more shortstops that the Dodgers are linked to would then kind of give them a little bit of leverage in negotiations there. And that's how I'm kind of taking it. That's how I see it. Arennado, I could potentially see at some point. Don't know if it will happen, but I could see it. Korea, I can't see happening. Like I said, I still think it comes down to they got Snell. I think they re-signed Teo. I think they get Roki. And I think they are definitely heavily in play for Adames, and we'll see about Buehler. We'll see about them. Maybe we can, he said Midget Altuve. I read that one. No, keep that guy in H-Town. Yeah, definitely keep that guy in H-Town. Keep him out of here. Be terrible, man. I don't want him. Or who's the other guy? Oh, there it is. And Bregman too. Keep her out of here. Yeah. I don't want any of those guys. Like none of them. Like I don't want any of them, man. And it's not even that I can't get past 2017, because at some point it's not about that. It's just about Look, I know we have Joe Kelly on our team. I know we have Mookie on our team. I know we had Brazier on our team, guys that were part of the Boston situation too. I understand that. But for me, like, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm being choosy here. I don't know if I'm being inconsistent here. To me, it just felt different. To me, it felt different to me. To me, it felt like Boston really didn't have to cheat. They were better than us. I felt like we were. I know Dave did not have his best series that year, and we had a chance. But I felt like we were better than Houston, and I felt like we should have beat Houston. And maybe that's why I was never too as bothered by Boston as I was Houston. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Let's see. Our double play now. Aaron says, same here. Every day since the World Series victory, I've been wearing different Dodger playoff patch hats each night on my shifts. Yep. I've been wearing hats when I don't even need to wear hats. Like, we've gone out places by my base. Like, you better take that hat off. We're going to a restaurant. You're not wearing that hat. With the restaurant we're going to, I'm wearing this hat. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll make it work. Like, I'm celebrating this the entire offseason, man. Hoodies everywhere, jackets, hats. It's just all kinds. It's never ending. Mickey Mouse, these walnuts. Absolutely, man. Dre, there we go. My bad, Dre. I apologize, brother. I know it. I knew it. So it was in. It was there. Just got a lot going on. I ain't been on here. I was a little out of memory to the names that aren't on the screen, man. So I apologize for that. Got you, Dre. Got you. Blending in the chair. Yeah, it's right. Black chair, black hat, black shirt. This is another one of the haven't really man. I've got so many partners and stuff lined up. I've got to talk to you guys about and get going. And it's funny because when you go down this kind of path here, in content creation, my kind of angle in content creation isn't necessarily the same as everyone else's. I've had a lot of great things come from this that don't show on YouTube, right? And so some really good partnerships, some really good brand ambassadors, some really good connects, some really good strategy sessions, I guess you could say. And let's just say, people tell me all the time I got a voice for radio. And sometimes you got a voice for products too. So at the end of the day, this little thing here between this and social medias and all these different things, sometimes it's not about the subscriber count, the likes, or the views. Sometimes there's something you have that other people want to be a part of early. And sometimes things line up, right? And so that's been the kind of coolest thing about this, is not having to sit back and think like, oh man, I don't got like 50,000 subscribers. I don't have any of that. Like it's still provided opportunities. You know what I mean? So shout out to all you guys, man. I appreciate you. But this chair is another one. I'm gonna talk to you guys on this soon. I was literally praying to God that Lucky did not destroy this chair while I was out of town, because this chair has like a massager built into it. There's cables on it. Technically a gaming / streaming chair. So much better than my last one. Oh my God. Where is my last? Okay. Yeah. So much better, man. It's like, anyways, I'll get into full details on this later, but it's another product that's going to be coming. But yeah, I definitely do blend into it. It's black and red. You really can't tell it from this angle. The seat is red. Well, not red. It's got red lines, but dope chair. And shout out to my my partners. Yeah, I'm gonna announce that one soon. But it's very, very, very comfortable for anyone who does streaming. Like I said, it's got a pillow in the back, the massages if you needed, a pillow at the neck, the seating, ergonomically so much better while I'm doing these streams, man. So much better. Good eye there, Turf Boy. Good job. Chris, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Dynasty. See, shout out to Chris, man. I said that playing around, but wholeheartedly, I was like, yeah, it actually sounds fun, man. We got to kind of just redo. Yeah, we'll talk, Chris. That'll be incredible, man. That'll be incredible. But yeah, shout out to my brother Chris, man. Chris, the art director, even when he's in stealth mode, even when he's flying under the radar, you put the bat signal up and Chris just pops out like Kendrick, man. And appreciate you, brother. That's right, Turf Boy. What's going on, Turf Boy? Oh, that's hilarious. Dre says, people talk ish when you spend and lose. People talk ish when you spend and win. Just rub it in their faces at this point. That's what I told him. Shut up. Like, get used to it. Like, just shut up. Like, There's nothing you can do to make us feel bad about our chip. Nothing, nada, nothing. There's nothing you can do or say to make us not love it more. You make us love it more. Like when you've made us love 2020 more ever since we won it. Like you've made us love that championship so much more. I've been wearing 2020 hats too, just mixing them in, right? Just reminding them that we did that too. So the 2024, they literally have no excuse for it because we didn't, you can buy a payroll. The Yankees had a crazy payroll. The Phillies got a crazy payroll. You didn't say nothing about the Padres in 2022. What's up? Like, what's up? Oh, one more. I was holding this in my pocket, but it kind of leaked out today. So I was like, damn it. But no one was saying anything. No one is saying anything. And I'm loving this. Hold on, let me. I've been really wanting to point this out, but it kind of popped out there today. It kind of came out today. Like the news kind of came out today. Blake Snell is still owed $17 million of a signing bonus from the New York Giants that gets paid on January 15th of 2026. So while he is pitching for the Dodgers and probably coming off a World Series, he's going to get a $17 million check from the San Francisco Giants on January 15th, 2026. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm not. But as we sit here today, I believe it's December 2nd of 2024. Right? We are weeks away from 2025. Right? It's a whole other calendar year after that. And Blake Snell's going to get $17 million from the San Francisco Giants. Being that deal was signed earlier this year in March of 2024, it's getting paid in 2026. Now, maybe I'm crazy, but that's deferred money, y'all. That's deferred money. So make it make sense how people are out here bashing it. But there's other teams doing it. Now, the Dodgers have just absolutely taken it to the next level. But that's because they're taking their team to the next level. And that's what you got to do to have dynasties. But these other teams had it. These other teams have deferred money. They do it. These other teams can do the same things that the Dodgers owners and the organization are doing. They just want their money in their pockets instead of the players' pockets. And if they win, so be it. But they want to win and make money. They don't want to spend money and win. Lucky is breakdancing in the other room here. Beagles, y'all. Beagles. Incredible animals. Incredible. They chill. Sleep well. Good little buddies. Good little friends. But there are moments and pockets throughout the day where they are crackheads. All right? So they're certified crackheads. But outside of that, he's solid. He's solid. He's a good boy. Freaking lucky, man. Dre says, salute Search and Destroy. Absolutely. Here he goes. Kelly and Betts wearing jerks like those other guys. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. I think, they did a poll and they had like the 5 most likable guys in MLB and like 4 of them are Dodgers. Like, it's crazy. I think like those dudes like can get away with stuff because they're liked. Dude, I've often said the stuff always comes down to whether you're liked or not liked. Like, pretty much what it comes down to, right? Mookie, those guys, like, they're liked. And I think that Joe Kelly may not be the most liked guy, but I think people love how he stood up to the Astros guys, like what he did to the Carlos Correa and that stuff. I think he kind of earned respect for that, and I think he was smart to do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, those other guys, I think they just, they tried to deny it and lie about it, all kinds of things. The thing that Correa did when he said, if you don't understand basic reading comprehension, and if you weren't there, then you don't know. If you can't understand your reading, like all the stuff he was saying, just made it worse in that Rosenthal interview. Like, so, like those other guys never did that. So, beat Boston. Yeah. I want them to get Soto so they can make it to the series and whip them out the Green Monster. Yeah, that would be incredible. But I don't think he's enough to get them to the to the series, man. A revenge on the Red Sox would be nice. Yeah, it would be, Aaron. But I don't think they're going to be good enough to get there no matter what, to be honest with you, man. Let's see. Especially with Cora there. Yeah. Cora's kind of like Ime Udoka-ish. He's kind of like that jerk, right? They fired him, then they brought him back. So, yeah. So that would be that'd be crazy. Chair has good protein. That's funny. 90 see Jeff Hamilton, another jacket like the Laker ones. Oh, man. So I'm going to tell, well, I'm going to leave that alone for right now. But Lucky is cutting a rug over here. But yeah, Dre, we got some things. Dude, Padres, Mets, and Yanks are banged with a banged up roster. This title will only get better as the years go by. Oh man. I'm telling you, man, each day goes by, I'm just more and more excited. Baseball history will be very kind to the 2024 championship. They will. Yeah, appreciate your search. Let's see. Pray the Dodgers don't have 5 starters going into the playoffs next year. You might see the first free fofo next year. I don't even know what Joe's saying here. Blake Snell got himself a Bobby Bonilla day. Bobby Bonilla is a legend, man. He's getting deferrals from the Mets, the Orioles. Like he's just crazy, man. Hey, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, man. Member for 2 months. Appreciate you, brother. Y'all could be just like Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Become a member. Click that join button or go to the link in the description. 3 different tiers of membership here. Great way to support and help support the channel. Got member-only videos, some vlogs coming. All the shorts and pre-recorded videos that I was dropping while on the trip went members only, then got released to the public later, which will still continue to happen. You can still see the videos. You don't have to pay for them. But it's just a great way to help support the channel. It's like doing 1 super chat a month, and it's just a great way to, contribute to the channel here. So we greatly appreciate it, man. Join the membership program here. But appreciate you, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, and all the other members. Ozzy says, how hard will owners try to implement a salary cap in 2026? The Yankees did it in the 90s, and no one ever talked about it. I think they talked about it. But here's the thing. The Players Association will never go for it. So it's not going to happen. So they can cry, they can do it. But the solution is spend some money. Because a lot of these teams got money. They just choose to not spend it. They're greedy. They want to keep the money for themselves. They don't want the players to get it. 1 second, y'all. Got to get a little drink of water here. Man, talking makes you thirsty, huh? So I talk a lot. That's why I talk a lot. But yeah, so I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. Yeah, definitely make sure to support Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, man. You got a channel over there as well. Appreciate your search. Oh, Hinch Harmon, the homework. Yeah. AJ Hinch, man. Yeah. Dirtbag, man. Dirtbag. And Cora played for the Dodgers, man. And Hinch and Roberts were friends. Like they were on the Padres staff together. And that damaged their relationship, man. What's going on, Dan? Inspiration? Bro, just signed Roki and Teo, re-sign Kike, and we good. And the funny thing is, I think all those things are going to happen. I think all those things are going to happen. They got Snell, signed Roki, Teo, Kike, and I think all of those things are going to happen. I legit think so. Dre says, people will be mad at the Dodgers. Meanwhile, they'll travel to your city and be the most profitable series that team has all year, from tickets to concessions, MLB support spending. Yep, absolutely. They're going to be the biggest show in town. They're going to be the biggest show in town, and they're going to be for a while. I prefer Correa over Arennado, but I would still like Adames. If I had to choose, I would take Adames. 1, because we don't have to trade for him. 2, I think he would really fit in here. I don't understand why people don't want Adames. Like people, the same concerns that people have about Willy Adames were the same concerns people had about Teoscar Hernandez last offseason. He strikes out too much. His best years are behind him. Look what Teo did. Now those same people who didn't want Teo are going crazy about keeping him, right? Willy Adames will fit like a glove on this team. Solid defensively. Power in the bat. Good clubhouse guy. We're just adding to that Rays team from 2020. We got Snell, right? We got Glass now. And if you get Adames, it makes no sense to me why people just flat out shut it down. They don't want Adames. I'm like, come on, y'all. He'd be perfect for this team. Perfect. If Kershaw ends up with 3 rings, where would you rank him among the greatest pitchers? For me, he probably won't be top 5, but top 10. So if he gets to 3 rings, there's a chance that 2 of them he wouldn't have played in the World Series for, I guess you could say. But you know what? Kershaw got us through those years when we didn't have a team like this. And he got robbed twice. So I think the 2 that he gets while not potentially being on the roster get offset by potentially the 2 that were stolen from him. So I think Kershaw goes down as the best of his generation. And I think he definitely goes top 10 for sure. Does Roki sign this month or after January 15th? He could sign this month, but it looks like it's going to be on or after January 15th, just so we can get a little bit more money. But I still think it's him going to the Dodgers, man. Just ordered Empire Jeff TV t-shirt from your website from my Xmas, for my dad for Xmas. Hey, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Chris, man. Appreciate you, man. Chris is the most supportive, loyal, dedicated, honest, just real one there is out there, man. Chris is incredible, man. Make sure to follow him on Twitter. Make sure to follow everything Chris does, man. It's going to be a personal goal of mine in 2025 to help Chris build his canvas to where everyone can order from the graphic god, aka the art director. But y'all got to come with it. Y'all got to come with it, man. If y'all hit up my guy for logos, y'all hit him up for work, you have to go through me. Don't hit him up if the bread's not right. You know what I mean? Chris is a very, very hardworking, dedicated, quality designer. But he does it for a living, right? That's how he feeds his family. So he's got to earn to eat, right? So, like, at the end of the day, you have a chance to work with the best, and the prices are not crazy. They are not crazy. I've done work with artists that couldn't hold a candle to Chris. They'll be charging crazy. And you get a link and a chance to work with the best there is. The best there is. I've worked with so many designers in my day, from my time in working in music, in sales, all kinds. I've worked with all kinds of graphic designers, marketing teams, all kinds. When you talk about quality and speed, the quality of work and the amount of time it gets done, that's Chris, y'all. And trust me, 2025, man, the graphic god gonna get busy. Y'all gonna see his stuff everywhere. That's just a personal challenge I'm putting on myself and Chris. I'm telling y'all gonna see some straight fire. And it's all him. It's gonna be all his, right? And you're gonna see straight fire. But I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you as always. And yes, you guys can click the shop button here. You can go to legendsofculture.com. The link is in the description. The merch is also on my YouTube channel. You can get your Empire Jeff TV shirts. You can get your Empire Jeff TV glasses, like mugs, glasses, not these glasses, but like drinkware. You know what I mean? Great way to help support the channel as well. Thank you, Chris. Truly, truly appreciate you. But I'm telling y'all, get ready. 2025 is going to be the year of the graphic god, man. Do you think the way baseball is trending that having aces may not be all that important? A dominant bullpen can win you the whole thing with maybe one ace. Well, here's the thing. Dre, I think it would be kind of foolish for anyone, not you, I'm saying baseball teams, to think that you can do what the Dodgers did last year. That was lightning in a bottle when it came to the pitching. You need aces. You need an ace. You need a quality number 2, a quality number 3. Because you do need some guys to get some innings in there. You cannot tax your bullpen as much as the Dodgers did. Like, they literally were about to run out of pitchers. It came out to basically where they said, it's like, we have to win this game, because going back to LA, like, we might be in some trouble because of our arms. We've gone to the well. You guys have heard me say this so many times. My grandpa always used to saying when it came to baseball is don't go to the well too often. Don't go to the well too often. Like, the water gonna run dry. And that could have happened at any point. And all it took was like a Landon Knack situation or a Jack Flaherty situation. You're one of those away from just the game being done. Now, the Landon Knack one, they couldn't come back from. The Jack Flaherty against the Padres one, they couldn't come back from. The Jack Flaherty against the Yankees, they came back from. And the Yankees fell apart, right? But what I'm saying is, I don't think that's scalable. So you're still going to need arms to get you through the regular season. So, look, Jack Flaherty, Tyler Glasnow, Gavin Stone, those guys, we don't get to the playoffs with any type of home field advantage or at all without those guys. They did not pitch in the playoffs. Glasnow, Stone, River Ryan, and also, Yamamoto didn't pitch 3 months. A lot of these guys that helped contribute to us winning the National League West, helped us getting the best record in Major League Baseball, weren't available come playoff time, but they helped us get there. And that's why you need arms like that during the regular season. It is a long-ass season. And as I've told you guys numerous times, when you're a baseball team playing a baseball season, you're a good baseball team playing a long baseball season, it's like the length of a pregnancy. So you need arms during that stretch. And so for me, I don't think any team's going to look at now, once you get to the playoffs, they're like, okay, you rely on your high leverage arms. Yes, but you got to provide them some relief. Every once in a while, you got to have a guy who can go out there and shove. You got to have a guy that can go out there and deal. You got to have a guy that can go out there and give you 6, 7. Got to. Because that 1 or 2 games that they don't got to go out there and give it their all against that great team could be the difference in you winning another chip. And that's why you need those starting arms. So while you may not need a whole bunch of aces anymore, you definitely need really damn good starting pitching still. And the Dodgers had that this year. The Dodgers had great starting pitching this year. It started falling off at a point when the arms started going down, but they had great starting pitching this year. And if they echo that next year, and then they got arms come playoff time, it's a wrap. It's an absolute wrap. And Inspiration says, who do you think is the best hitter in the MLB right now with consistency and power besides Shohei? Soto, Lindor. Bryce Harper felt like he was just hurt all year. I felt like he was struggling all year with injuries, but he's still, when he's right, he's incredible. Aaron Judge had a phenomenal year this year, right? So he's been playing great. So I would say Soto, I would say Judge, I would say Lindor, I would say Bryce Harper. Tatis, when he's right, and he was right in the playoffs until they kind of all hit a wall. Arise, who's a 3-time batting champion in a row, doesn't necessarily hit for the power. I think I'm good with those guys right there. I appreciate you as always, Chris. Dre said 3 of the last 4 teams in the playoffs don't have a top 5-ish pitcher going for them. Mets had scrap heap guys and got that far. Having amazing pitching coaches might be more impactful. That's true too. But those guys also didn't win, right? And that's kind of where I'm coming from. Is the Dodgers starting pitching got them to the best record in baseball, right? And you got Yamamoto back. You traded for Flaherty. Buehler woke up at the right time. Those guys were not pitching like normal mid-starting pitchers. Game one Flaherty. Game 2 Yamamoto. Game 3 Buehler. These guys are all pitching like beasts, right? Yamamoto game 5 against the Padres. Flaherty game 1 against the Mets. Yamamoto game 3 against the Mets, right? These guys were delivering ace performances. So why these guys, none of those guys might not be aces yet, because I think Yamamoto has potential to be one. They all gave you ace performances. So whether they're an ace or not, they performed as an ace on that night or day. And as a result of that, the Dodgers got the win. And Glasnow, who was their ace this year, was having a great year until he went down with injury. You're definitely right, Serge. You're definitely right. Dre says, didn't have them healthy. The aces, that is. Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Ozzy said, would you be interested in Tanner Scott? I would absolutely be interested in Tanner Scott. And he was linked to the Dodgers early. I haven't heard his name at all of late, but he's going to be very, very expensive. So wait to see what he goes for. Didn't have them healthy, the aces, that is. Yeah. Tanner Scott, let's see. True bullpen arms year to year, probably the most volatile thing in the sport. When a reliever doesn't have it, it's sudden year over year. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's not scalable to think that you can do that again. It's just not to me. I just think Dodgers have the best pitching coaches in the business, and that you're right on too. I think they do. I think they have the great hitting coaches. This organizationally, top to bottom, they have the best of everything. So you got to understand is that like the Dodgers, from the big league team to all their minor league teams, everywhere, they employ these same things. Like the minor league teams have the best locker rooms, the best travel, the best nutrition, the best training staffs, the best managing, all of these things, because they want these guys to experience this at the lower level so they make them better, right? They want everything about them to be what the big league team is. When a minor league team comes into the Dodgers, they come into the locker room, they get all their meals there, their weight room, the activity, everything is there. Everything is there. They can get up in the morning, they can come in, they can eat 3 meals a day. They can put their work in. They can play a baseball game. They give you everything you need to be a successful ball player. Everything. And that starts at the minor league level. They do it at the major league level. They do it at the minor league level. They do it everywhere. And then that word gets around for the Dodgers too. Like the way they take care of their players. It's crazy, man. Everything they do is about getting the best and providing the best for their players. Do you see Jack Flaherty resigning at all with the Dodgers? I don't honestly. I think he's out of here. Buehler would be good to have back. He would, but it depends on the years and the money. I know you need inning years, and that's a fact too. My brother Search, man. Search and Destroy with the $10 super chat said, thank you all for supporting the show. Absolutely. Thank you all for supporting the show. Thank you, Search, for your super chat. Thank you for everyone over on Twitter as well. Rocking still heavy, almost 600 people in the building right now on Twitter, man. 579 people live and direct on Twitter right now. Holy, that's incredible. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank you guys. I'm telling you, that Twitter X community is building over there for baseball. The DMs I've been getting been crazy, incredible. Definitely appreciate you guys over there on Twitter X, man. And shout out to everyone on YouTube. Day one's over here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and search the best in the business, the mod of mods, the mod father, man. Thank you, man, as always. You always need those bridge guys, no matter how much gas you have in the pen. Yep, absolutely. Facts. No Mookie. I don't understand what you mean, no Mookie. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, much love to those to the folks on Twitter, man. Just incredible. I'm telling you, man. Man, 592 people pulled up right now. So, man. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's just it's all these different communities. I feel like every platform I've got a different community. Like the IG community, they're commingled too. There's people that are on all of them, but there's some that aren't. Like there are some that are just on Twitter that aren't on YouTube. There are some that are on YouTube and nowhere else. There's some that are on IG and nowhere else. The TikTok one is crazy. That's a whole new world of people over there. I built a whole new community over there. That's a whole different animal. But it's kind of cool. I've got these different communities, man. And when we go live, it kind of feeds out to all of these different communities and they can all watch live. And when I post the videos and then share them and I do the shorts and all that stuff. So it's really, really cool, this community that we're building all over on all these different platforms. And I'm excited. I think it's going to be, a great baseball year to cover. At some point, like I keep saying this, and I mean it when I say it. I just haven't done it yet. At some point I'm going to just pull back up on basketball and just start doing shows again. I just haven't had the energy. Haven't been pulled into it. Like I'm not excited about basketball right now. It's not just about the Lakers. Just in general, the sport hasn't. I've been a basketball fanatic my entire life. Like opening night is like Christmas Day for me. I don't know what it is, man. And I'm just not into it this year. And it could be just because I'm busy with other things. I'm watching, I'm checking in, like I'm keeping an ear to the street, but content creation or watching all these games, taking advantage of the league pass like I have been in years past, watching all the games, it's not there yet. And I'm hoping I get the itch, I'm hoping it piques my attention soon because I love basketball. I love the NBA. I just have not been drawn to it this season yet. Let's see. How freaking awesome is it that we have a winter where the Dodgers are the champs? Exactly, man. Incredible. Both Hernandez need to be back, and I think they will. I feel like White Sox will want Stone, Jose De Paula, or Pages attached to whoever we trade for Crochet, and that makes me think twice about the trade if we had to give up one of those rising stars. See, they can want all they want. doesn't mean that they're going to get it, right? So I think that, like, you know, a Lux, Outman, you know, probably maybe one of those guys, or, you know, another. I don't know. I think Crochet can be had for a little less than what people think. But again, the Dodgers don't need to rush it. They can be like, look, if we get Roki, we just got Snell, you know, we can bring back Bueller. Like, I think they're looking at this like they've got options and they're not going to overdo anything here. And I think that's the right play to have. No Mookie as a good, consistent, and power hitter. I think he's better than Lindor hitter. Yeah, Mookie. My bad. Wow, that's crazy. Mookie's my favorite player, and I completely left him out. Yeah, Mookie for sure. For sure. God, what is wrong with me? My favorite player I leave out. What the hell? I visited family on my pop side for the first time in a few years, and they are still pumped like crazy about the victory. Incredible. That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to you for you know, seeing other family. That's always great, man. A lot of my family is scattered throughout the country, so we don't all get to be in the same place, except for when tragedy strikes a lot, right? So for us to be able to be together for something good, just I'll never get enough of that. Never. And you know, I've gone a long portion of my life without that, and it's good to have back, even in a small stretch. Is blessed to have a week of it, you know. Just absolutely incredible. And that's why I just couldn't do any lives, man. I was maximizing all my time. Like those videos I was giving you guys were like quick 10-minute, waiting for everyone to finish getting ready in their rooms, right? Like, and I'll jump over and head to grandma's house, like for all those that were staying in hotels. So it was amazing to be able to spend that week. And I can't wait to do it again. You know what I mean? I can't wait. It's the best. Let's see. Dre says Dodgers blueprint to building a consistent contender. Spend. Coaches, staff, scouting, roster, hell, even on amenities. Yes, what they're doing is no secret. Nope. And it gets free promotion because everyone talks about how great it is. So you're absolutely right about that. Professional sports is all copycat. Cowardly ownership just stops others. Yeah. And the thing about it is like all these other guys can do it. You know what? Let me get these guys off my screen. I don't want them here no more. I don't want them here no more. we just go talk. Let's be talking Dodgers here. There we go. Don't want them there no more. We talk about them enough. Let's get them off the screen. They're not Dodgers yet. Correa will never be a Dodger, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. I hope you guys get Shador. I don't want to see him on the Raiders. I just feel he'll struggle there. Man, part of me wonders about having the Sanders family. I don't know. I feel like that has I think it's gonna be the Raiders or the Cowboys that probably really, really want that more than the Giants. Giants see whatever they can get right now, to be honest with you. But I don't know if that's the answer though. I don't know, man. Cameron says all good Jeff family time counts first. Yeah, exactly, man. That's basically what I've been like I said, man, because I had a bunch of people hitting me up. They're like, yo, why are you doing a live? I'm like, bro, man, I'm tied up over here. Wow, over 600 people on Twitter right now. This is incredible. Wow, craziness. Man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everyone on YouTube as well. Like, appreciate everybody everywhere. Like it's not one versus the other. It's to see the turnout like tonight over there is crazy. But yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night, and want to say thank you guys for pulling up tonight. I've been away for a little over a week. You guys know me. I tell you all the time. I'm kind of sporadic. I'm gonna do my best to get better at it, but I got a lot going on in my life, and partially why I haven't really, other than it's not being really pulled into basketball, just haven't really dove in on it. So appreciate y'all pulling up when I pull up, and just thank you for spending your time over here. Search, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you all being here. Again, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend with your families. Get after it this week, man. Enjoy it. And I will catch you guys a couple more times this week for sure. I'm going to continue to do more of those pre-recorded videos. I kind of like those. I got the camera equipment. I got the stuff. Might as well use it. Helps me fill in the gaps of days that I can't do the videos. and just more ways of content creation. So I'm going to continue to do the shorts. I'm going to continue to do the pre-recorded videos, 10 to 15 minutes, drop those, and then we'll, probably keep the lives to 3 or 4 a week, and kind of go from there. I'm kind of test that out a little bit, see how it goes. Maybe I'll do some Laker pre-recorded videos and, kind of get back into the game with that. So appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Y'all stay safe. Go Dodgers. Go Lakers. Go you guys. And catch you guys sometime tomorrow. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Search, you're the best in the business, man. Love you. Appreciate you.